Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Doing a dirt street stock race, C-Class dirt street stocks. Been a little while since I've done these, and first time for me doing it at USA International, so going out for qualifying. Guess is I'm not going to be very quick, and going to be pretty far off the pace. Was about 0.2 off or so in practice, and sadly I was actually turning faster lap times than I was in my practice session a little bit ago, so that definitely did not make me feel good about where I'm at. So hopefully just going to be able to try to turn a lap that's somewhat close to my optimal time, and just see if I can put it anywhere near the front to get a little bit of a better start in the heats. Try to lock myself in the NVMe, and I believe one person will be going home in the heats, so you can see not very far off from my fastest time and still 10th out of 17, so yeah, just cannot figure out how to drive these street stocks for some reason. I think everybody just understands how to drive them a little bit harder than I do without scrubbing off too much speed, and I just, for whatever reason, cannot get that formula down. So hopefully going to turn a decent heat race run in, just try to transfer and make it through it. 10th, so in theory just need to maintain my spots in heat race 2. I should be able to transfer into the A main then. A little bit back from where I need to be pace wise, but not horrific. So we are going to get the camera set up for heat race number 1. As soon as they get rolling in this heat race, we've got rolling off the 1 of Noah Blankenship, the 14 of Garrett Barlow, the 4 of Butch Baker, Jacob Fears in the 15 starting 4th, Ethan Hanshoe in the 5 is starting 5th, Jeremy Scheifer in the 6 is starting in 6th, Ryan Daughtery in the 11 is starting 7th, Kerry Addington in the 3 is starting 8th, and rounding out your 9-car Heat 1 is going to be Jeffrey Reed in the 17. They're going to get rolling off. We are going to focus on the 1 to start. And let's get this zoomed out a little bit, as well as bring it up a little bit, try to make it a little bit easier to see. There we go. Alright, we're going to watch this from the stands. Again, 6 out of this automatically go to the A main. We should have a B main as well. 8 laps, no cautions. They're going to have 1 more pace lap to go. And then the pace truck will be bringing it down, and they will be winding it up for 8 laps of dirt street stock heat racing here at USA International. Yeah, I don't know. I just hoping the track slicks off enough between this heat, the next one, and then the B main, so that by the time we get to the A main, it's a pretty slick track, and I can try to find an advantage in that. That's going to be about my only shot to be able to do anything. So I'll bring that back. We will get ready to go here. Again, 6th place right now is occupied by the 6 car. That's going to be the transfer spot right now. You got the 11, the 3, and the 17 are going to be outside looking in. 1 gets a start right off of turn 4. Quickly pulls up to the high line coming across the start-finish line. 1 is leading the way with 14. I get this zoomed out a little bit, get a little bit more of a view for everybody. So you got a decent battle. 1's definitely pulling away, but we got a decent battle after that. So going to focus in on the 4 car, who is in 2nd right now, leading the 15 and the 14. They are occupying 3rd and 4th. The 11 is up to 5th, and the 6 is still holding down 6th place. The 5, I believe that is the 3 car, and the 17 are rounding up the back of the field in 7th, 8th, and 9th. So almost single file. You've got the 6 car looking to the inside of the 11 going into turn 1, so we're going to go back and watch that battle right now. It's about your best battle, although there's a good battle brewing for 3rd and 4th too. So clicking off laps, they're going to be coming to start lap 4 this time by. It's lap 5 to go. A little bit of a slip up there with the 15, so the 11 is going to try to take advantage of that, get on the inside. 6 is going to try to follow suit, and that allows the 14 to pull away a little bit. We've got a good battle there, though, side by side between the 15 and the 11 going into turn 3. Going to be clicking off lap 4 this time by, so they'll have cross flags halfway through. 4 down, 4 to go. 6 is going to try to follow the 11 through on the inside if he can. 5's trying to join this battle for 6th. The 5 can pull it off, get to the inside, follow the 6 through. The potential for the 15 to actually drop outside of the automatic A main spot, as he's currently sitting 5th, but we've got a good battle brewing with the 6 and the 5 to his inside. 5 looks to the high side off of turn 4 down the front stretch to start lap 6. Could pose a problem, but he's definitely going to look to the high side. 15 almost slides up into the 11. Drives it in a bit hard, slides it up. 6 does a good job and tries to get close to him, but doesn't get quite the run off the turn 2 down the backstretch. So it's definitely a tight battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And the 5 is trying to make some sort of battle for the last spot. The 3 and the 17 are falling back, having a bit of issues. So it's a pretty good battle right up here towards the front. Our middle of the pack, going to keep an eye on this one, is the front 3 kind of all checked out. 14 still close to this, but pulling away, and you've got the 1 and the 4 are just checking out from the field, so no real pressure for either one of them. They're just both looking to set up 1st and 3rd start in the A main. You can see the 6 got by the 11 on the inside. 5 is going to be the next one working on the 11. He tries a slide job going into turn 1, gets into him. They make contact side by side, still making contact through 2 coming off. 11 gets into the backstretch wall. 5 stays behind him. Decent sportsmanship there. He almost dive bombs him again through 3 and 4, and they're going to be coming to get the checkered flag this time by. So your 11 will lock up the last transfer spot into the A automatically, and the 5, 3, and 17 will all be headed to the B main. Gonna get gridded up for myself. Pull up session best lap, although this doesn't really matter. We are going to be starting on the inside
the air temp is
in 5th.
Fahrenheit.
Just gonna try to do the best that I can to just maintain 5th. I'm probably gonna hang to the inside line if I can, and
stay behind the pace car.
Hopefully not have any road contact. Just try to keep it clean. Not even from a safety rating perspective, is it's a lot more lenient in dirt racing compared to pavement oval or road racing. I'm looking at more from the perspective of wanting to keep the car going forward and not run the risk of falling back. Really don't want to be in that B main if I can avoid it. Again, 8 laps, all green, no cautions. Just got to try to keep it clean. If I can keep myself here, occupy that inside line, I think we should have the advantage going through the corners, and hopefully lock myself into that A main. I know I'm pretty slow, so just getting to the A main right now will be good enough, and then hopefully once I'm in that, I can try to find some sort of pace or be able to avoid trouble if there's any. Although with this being a 3/4 mile dirt track, I can easily get spread out even in a feature, and you'll see the difference in pace that everybody has. So we've got 8 in this feature, so only 2 cars are not making it, or excuse me, 8 in this heat. 2 cars are not making it to the feature out of this one, so just have to avoid the 9 and the 16 who are behind me currently as we run or get ready to start. But just got to try to do the best that I can to keep it clean, try to keep it going forward, and it should hopefully put me in a decent spot. Just realized I did not load anybody's paint scheme, so I'm going to do that after this during the B main. Not the best start. Meters got me a little bit better. 7's going to be able to get by on the outside. Slide up a little bit more than I want in the corner, although it works out because the 10 was kind of all over the place, so I'm able to get low and avoid him.
Still there.
Could potentially sort this out to be in 4th, although if the 7's able to take 4th away from me, that's not the biggest deal. You can see definitely slicking off in the
Car outside.
about half a lane up from the bottom, so just gonna hang to the inside of the 2 right now. No real reason to push too hard for position. I'm 2 spots to the good, so just want to try to keep it as clean as I can, keep myself going in the right direction. 9's moving his way up. He definitely seems to have some pace. Although I would say I haven't driven it the hardest I can right now, so hopefully I can just hang with the 2 here, try to weather whatever battle the 9 wants to do, and hopefully not end up having any problems. Kind of slide it a little bit too much through 1 there. 2 gets a bad exit off of turn 2, but I'm also getting a bad exit, not able to capitalize on that. It's still fine to just sit here. Kind of get myself too much in the slick. You can see the 2 is doing the same thing, just throwing us up the track. Opens the door for the 9 to get to the inside of me. Got a decent backpack to the 10. The 9 makes contact with me. Just feels like he couldn't really hold a line down the front stretch as I was up against the wall, so just gonna try to run to the outside. Just try to maintain this. Unfortunately, the more we battle, the more this is going to draw the 10 in and potentially put me that much closer to not making the A main, although looks like only 16 is the only other run running and he's quite a bit back, so shouldn't be any problem with making the A main.
Okay, Jake, you're halfway home. Got plenty of.
Try to work to the inside of the 9. We make a little bit of contact. Sorry to him about that. Feels like he kind of drove down in a little bit. We are halfway down. Going to be coming across the line to complete lap 5. Start lap 6, so we'll have 3 to go. You can see side-by-side battle between the 12 and the 13 up ahead. 9's on the outside, working closer to the 2 as well.
Hold your line. Clear high.
P5. Good lap. That's your
Caught a little bit too much of the grass there, kind of bounced, had to watch it. 9 kind of comes down. I kind of came up, I would assume. Thankfully, no incident points. Kind of what I expect out of dirt street stock anymore. A lot of guys, similar to pavement street stocks, just don't seem to care. I feel like the 2 kind of came down to me, but I could have possibly come up to him. But that does put me into 3rd, so don't think I have anything for the 12 and the 13, although the 12 gets turned, so that automatically puts me now in the 2nd. It doesn't automatically put me in the 2nd, but it does put me in the 2nd. We got the 9 trying to look to the inside. Just gonna try to hold this down. This was much better than I thought it would be in terms of where I'm able to run. You can see the 2 kind of dive bombs, slide jobs the 9 through 3 and 4, and that slowed them up, allows me to pull away.
Okay, Jake,
we are on the last lap, so hopefully should be able to bring it home in 2nd, which actually would put me starting 4th in the future, which would be really nice to try to stay ahead of people that I probably shouldn't be beating, but maybe can get lucky enough to stay in front of. Definitely puts us safely into the A main, so 2nd place, did not expect that. Probably did not have the fastest car by any means. Just got lucky to avoid some problems. And the 9, or excuse me, the 2 comes flying in. And we get a 2x out of that. Didn't think I needed to get all the way out of the corner to stop, but apparently I did. I gotta pull up trading paints. Cannot believe I forgot to pull up everybody's paint schemes, so we're gonna get those loaded quickly. Let it do its thing. Yeah, frustrating that we're gonna get the 2x out of the heat race, but I guess that's what it is, so. Gonna get gridded up here for the B main. We're going to keep focused on that. 4 out of the 5 are going to be going to the A main, so 1 person is going to be left out. Get paints refreshed shortly as they roll off. 10 laps, no cautions. We've got, starting in this one, we have got the 5 of Ethan Hanshew, the 12 of Jason Welsh, the 3 of Kerry Addington, the 7 of Cody Nearing, and the 17 of Jeffrey Reed. Looks like we've got all 5 running. Paint schemes are getting refreshed. Check to see if it's up to date. All up to date. Refresh them one more time as they should have one more pace left to go. Again, 4 out of the 5 will be going to the A main. Make a 16 car grid, and then one person unfortunately will be headed home after this. And I get the one to go this time by for the start. Again, this is 10 laps. And we'll see if anybody's got the pace to try to challenge the top 4, if anybody's going to throw it crazy, have issues, or if the top 4 are just going to be content to ride in line and try to pull away from the 17, lock themselves into a main spot. I can kind of understand starting positioning matting a little bit for these guys,
Okay, Jake,
although if I was
nice and
them,
neat.
I
Stay
would
out
just
of
be
trouble.
playing it as
Go, go, go.
cautiously
You've
as
got
I
one
could
lap left.
in order to make it. And somehow we lagged behind. Sorry about that. So they are off and rolling. 5 is running side by side with the 12. 3 is trying to look to the inside of the 17. 3 and 7, or excuse me, the 7 make contact off of turn 2. It's going to slow the 7 down quite a bit down the backstretch. The 17 is going to try to close up to him. Still got side by side racing between the 5 and the 12 to the front. They're going to be running door to door down the front stretch. 12 on the inside line, 5 on the outside line. So it is going to be a inverse of how they started. 3 is just kind of watching this battle behind. If I was him, I would definitely just be taking it easy, as the 3, the 7, and the 17 are all kind of finding a bit of equal spacing through the turns and the laps. So if I was them, I'd kind of be riding 17, loses it in turn 4, gets to the inside wall, looks like he takes a toe to pit road, so that's going to put him most likely down a lap, and should pretty much guarantee these 4 making it. So it's going to be all about who wants to battle for what starting position now in the A main. 12 is still occupying the inside line, 5 is taking the outside line. You can see the 3 and the 7 are kind of running a middle to higher line into the corners and then diving it down to the bottom off of the corners. They pass the 17 to put him a lap down. The 7 tries to slide to the inside of the 3. He's not going to get the run off of the corner in the slick, and he actually gets into the wall, so that puts him quite a bit back. 3's getting a decent run down the backstretch. That's allowing him to close up as the 5 and the 12 continue to run side by side for first and second. Come across the line to start lap 5. Gonna have 6 to go this time by. 5 and 12 are still running side by side. 12 is definitely getting down low, getting into the grass a little bit there through 1 and 2. Kind of slows him off the corner. He has to fall in behind the 5. Let's see if he looks to the high side now. He does. 3 may start looking towards the inside of the 5 or the 12 if he can. It's going to be 5, 12, 3, 7, your current running order, as they are halfway down with 5 laps to go. Cross flags are out. So I was going to start looking to the inside again. He seems to have a little bit more pace, making that bottom work pretty well. Just cannot get the run off of the corner the way the 5 is. That's that benefit to that high line there, especially when you're outside of the slick. 3 sends it really far up above the, is in the loose stuff. Kind of gets a little bit of a worse run. 7's just kind of tagging back. Not sure if he has the pace to be able to get up and join this battle. Honestly, I would say right now it looks like it's the 5's race to win, but you never know if he makes a mistake or if the 12 could have any luck. Sounds like the 17 gets it refired, gets back out on the track, try to finish some laps, get a little bit of experience, maybe offset that safety rating a little bit if he had any incidents. We're going to come across the line to start lap 8. We're going to have 3 to go this time. 12's diving in, and unfortunately it's just being in the slick, it's affecting him a little more than he would like to, and he's slowing up. It's like we got the 7 and the 3 changed positions as 3 made a mistake through the middle of 1 and 2. He falls back. 7's going to move by him, puts him up into 3rd, so that'll put him starting 15th in the A main presently. 5's pull away from the 12. 12's going to start using that little bit of a higher lane through the corner. He's going to have to look to close up the gap a little bit more before he can start making a move. We are going to be getting the white flag this time by 12 is understanding that time's starting to run out. He's got 1 lap left. He dives to the inside of 3 and 4, tries to get a little bit of a run, close it down on 5. It's definitely going to be the 5's race to lead and win, as he's just hooked up that outside line, made that work through the middle of the corners, gotten a good run the time. Since the 12 made the mistake, he's just been able to capitalize that pull away. 7 pulls away from the 3, and the 3 obviously has no worries with the 17 being multiple laps down. The 12 makes a slide job through 3 and 4, able to take the win away from the 5, and that is going to put him starting in 13th in the A main. So at the last corner, the 12 was able to throw a bit of a slide job in front of the 5 and make it stick. It was a clean slide job, no contact there. 5 honestly might have held up a little bit as well, just to ensure that he was not going to drop any more spots. So we will be getting ready to grid up 25 laps. Cautions are on. Caution laps do not count for this. Let's get gridded up here. Try to look at the 1. I get everybody's paint schemes refreshed. Going to be starting on the outside of row number 2 in
V4.
4th.
The air temp is 73 Fahrenheit.
Hopefully, going to try to take advantage of this, see what we can do with it. Not feeling super confident about it since I know I'm
Follow newbie.
pretty far off on the pace, but hopefully going to find some sort of way to take advantage of a decent heat race finish, starting up towards the front. Again, car number 8. So if I can try to finish the top half, that'll at least be where iRacing expects me to finish. And I would love to see if I can take advantage of a 4th place starting spot and try to keep it in the top 5 by the end of the race. Got some blinking with the 2 behind. He ends up getting into the back of me. Thankfully, it doesn't count as incident points, but obviously got to keep an eye out for him, as I do not think it is me with connection issues. So, gonna watch out for that. It's gonna definitely make things interesting depending on how aggressive he wants to be and where he wants to throw it. So, I guess technically, based on the way the groove is going, the outside line now seems to be the preferred way. I've never typically been very good at outside lines in these cars, so certainly gonna try to do the best I can to capitalize on it, but just have to see how it is. We'll be getting the green flag to start the feature this time by. Actually thinking about a 3rd gear start. It's probably not the best idea, but we'll see. Just going to try to time this as best as I can. You can see the 13 is going to lay back from the 1 to be able to not jump him.
Concentrate. Be ready. Go. Nail it.
1 pulls away. Did not get the best start. Not the worst start. I would say it was a little bit better than the heat race was. Just going to go to the outside. I get it way too up in the loose stuff.
Inside. Clear low. Inside.
Got people diving to the inside.
Clear to the bottom.
2 sorts back a little bit. Just going to try to hang it a little bit lower this time through 3 and 4. Try to see if I can make that outside line work. I've got the 15 looking to the inside. Not sure if I'll be able to hold him off, but certainly going to try to do my best. You can see the 13, or excuse me, the 1's hanging it way outside. He's definitely able to make that work better. And we've got a caution already, so got 2 laps completed. Thankfully, I'm not part of the caution for once. Seems like the last couple times I've tried to run dirt street stocks, I've had some pretty bad luck getting involved in cautions, so I don't think I have the pace right now to hang with the top 3, but I feel like I was probably about even with the 15, maybe just a little bit slower. But if I can make that outside line work, and definitely got the outside possibility of being able to hang on to a top 5. Gonna see about burning some of this fuel off, trying to help the rear end out a little bit. Yeah, I just trying to learn, a couple different series when I can run them and try to master different driving techniques and whatnot. And this is a car that I just, for whatever reason, cannot get down. Would not say it's like the equivalent of super late models or UMP modifieds for me, in that I don't feel like I have control of the car. I definitely feel like I have control of the car, although with lower horsepower and the massive tire, it's pretty hard to be out of control in these. I just cannot figure out how to drive these as fast as a lot of the people, especially on the fresh track state, tacky track state, that kind of stuff, the wet tacky. I just, for whatever reason, cannot find the pace. So certainly hoping that I can try to learn. Just doing these right now when I have the tracks, but next season may add rest of the schedule to it. We'll see. Sometimes I feel like dirt racing's a bit hard to do on a single monitor, but trying to make the most of it, trying to get better at looking at the relative and just kind of picturing in my head without, if I don't use the look left and look right buttons, just get a picture of where everybody's at. I feel like that will definitely translate well to every other series I run to try to help me avoid traffic, run a little bit cleaner, and still build a battle side by side with people. So we're going to be getting a single file restart this time. Pace car is going to be pulling off relatively soon. Waiting for the leader to go. Oh, had an issue there, just did not get on the pedal the right way. Felt like it might have slipped on my floor underneath, so did not get a very good restart there. But thankfully, only the 15 was able to get a decent start, so no real pressure from the entire field behind that could have ended very, very badly for me. So far able to escape without too much harm. 15 is going to be looking to the inside, 14 maybe trying to follow him on the inside. Almost got some contact between the 13 and 4 up front. Gonna have to keep an eye out for that, in case that does lead to any kind of spin or incident. 15's definitely got the pace on me. Just gonna try to hang to the outside for now until the 15 gets by, see if I can do anything with the outside line, and if he gets by me I'll try to look low. Although 14 I'm guessing is going to be trying to follow him through. As long as I'm hanging even with him, I don't see the reason to try to slow down and let him by. We're running pretty clean side by side, so no real reason not to try to battle on the top, and I think the minute I give the top up, somebody's going to go up there and just go flying by me. So able to clear him a little bit. Not sure if I'll have the pace to try to close up on the 13 at all. It's 1.3 this time by. I'll just keep an eye on that. See what happens. Just trying to keep the left sides just above the edge of the slick there through the corner. And yeah, just try to run as good as I can. 14 is able to get by the outside of the 15. Puts him up to 5th. And the 6 was trying to look to the inside of the 15 as well, off of turn 2.
Inside.
14's going to look to my inside. Lost about a 10th to the 13, so like I said, I feel like I'm probably fast enough to hang on to 4th, but just not quick enough to be able to get to the front 3 at all. It's going to be a tight race though. I'm going to have 18 to go this time by, assuming no cautions. Kind of get pushed a little bit, slid it up a little bit too high in the corner. Hopefully we can get the run down the front stretch.
The guy ahead's lap time is
Clear to the bottom.
that last lap was at 27.
I'll be staying on the throttle just a little too much there, getting a little too high through 1 and 2.
Car inside.
15's finally able to clear me.
Car low.
Tried to cut down, probably was
Clear
not
to the
clear. Try to make the inside work if I can now. Oh, 14 just drives straight up into me. Not sure what that was. Gonna pull up session best lap, see if I can try to pull up some time.
That was
That allowed the 6 to get a run on me. Yeah, sorry about the text chat there by that driver. Not something I like to deal with, that's why I usually have it muted. 14 just drove it. I assume it's the 14. I don't know if it was the 14 or the 6, but somebody just drove it in hard on me. We'll have to take a look at that and see what happened, but that did not sit well with me at all. So we get 9 laps completed, or 8 laps completed. We're on lap 9, sitting back in 7th now. Car doesn't feel too bad overall. Yeah, that was not a fun sequence. As soon as the 15 got by, I probably should have just sat high behind him instead of trying to cut down. As soon as I cut down, that's when we ran into the problems. And yeah, I don't know. We'll have to take a look and see if it was the 14 or the 6. I feel like somebody just dove in hard on me and got into me, but I could be wrong about that. I have 2 to go this time. So thankfully a fairly quick caution. Fortunately back to 7th, so got some work to do to try to get back to the top 5. I feel like honestly in terms of pace, I am probably not even a top 5 car. I think I was just able to kind of keep the momentum up on the high side, and that's what was allowing me to stay in 4th. I think it's going to be proven to be a lot tougher to try to catch these guys and get by them off the restart, but I'm certainly going to do the best that I can, see if I can try to battle back, pick up any spots if possible. Right side, at least right now, is still ahead of where iRacing expects me to finish, so just going to try to do the best that I can to try to gain something back, get you guys a better finish than we're running. But you know, if I can keep it here, I'll also be happy with that. So we still got a long way to go. Gonna restart and have 17 laps left, so plenty of time to try to make some moves, try to find a way to the front. Although again, like I said, I don't even think if I could get by the 14, 6, and 15 that I've got a shot at the front 3 at all. I think the best I can hope for without any kind of wrecks in the front would be a top 4. You can see everybody starting on the high side. 14 almost looked like he wanted to go low. Everybody kind of hangs high. The 7's gonna try to get a run on me. Kind of put it right through the slick. That was probably one of the worst spots I could put it in. As you can see, I slipped way up through 3 and 4. It's going to allow the 7 to get to my inside. Still cannot find pace in these cars, so unfortunately it feels like it's almost becoming a one-groove track and just kind of just follow the car in front and don't make a mistake. But unfortunately, I also don't have the pace to be able to do that. So I'm certainly going to try my best. 15's running up a bit higher through 3 and 4. Don't think I'll be able to close up on him. And just going to try to run my best on the outside to keep the 7 at bay, although the 7 keeps inching towards me in the front. So could easily lose 7th here before too long.
Inside.
14 gets into the wall, gets himself up in the air. I was trying to avoid that, thinking he was going to be spinning around or doing something, so went to the inside and we end up with a caution behind. So we're still going to be in 6th after all of that, or excuse me, 7th after all that. 14 going in the air is proving how durable I guess these cars are, and how riding the wall still does not seem to affect it too much, as he slammed the wall, went up in the air, and I was still slow enough that I could not catch up to him and get by him. So it gives me a little bit of a reprieve from the 7. We picked off a couple more laps. This race still feels like it's going to take a little while. Not sure how strong of a field this is if I'm pretty weak in dirt rating, and I'm middle of the pack in terms of I rating. So I would assume this is pretty weak field, and that could be the reason for more cautions. Wish I could get you guys longer green flag runs and try to see as it goes if I could try to find a way up, but guess it's all learning experience of trying to run this high line and hold off cars behind as cleanly as I can. I feel bad for coming down into the 7 while I was cutting below the 14 to avoid him on the backstretch. Certainly not my intention at all. Hopefully gonna get one to go this time. Get us restarted relatively soon without too many laps. After the way I saw the modified race, SK race go at Phoenix, I'm just always double checking fuel now, especially because the fuel calculator to start is still a bit broken, so. Gonna be restarting in 6th, it looks like, actually. So, able to pick up one spot off of that. Wait for the leader to go. Still having shifting problems for some reason. Pedals are just sliding everywhere. Again, get really lucky that the back, or the rest of the pack is not piling into me. Just not handling that well, so this is one of the few cars you actually have to use the clutch for. Allows the 7 to get a better run through 1 and 2 and pull even with me.
Clear inside.
Then I overdrive 3 and 4, so the 7's able to slide up in front. He's going to make the low line work. Hopefully I can get a run off of the top, but he is able to clear me, so I'm going to fall back to 7th.
Fuel looks good, E7.
7 gets way too far to the slick. I'm trying to cut below him, see if I can make that work. Unfortunately, he's going to get the run to the outside, so pretty tough. You got the 10 and the 11 running side by side. Don't want to pull too many moves because if they do get single file, they can easily freight train me on the outside. Trying to work to the inside of the 7 if I can. Although the smartest move for both of us would probably be to get single file to try to work back towards the top 5. I feel bad about getting into him there, did not mean to. Gonna stay low through the back stretch, try to stay off of him.
Clear to the top, clear outside.
Just gonna try to work it to the bottom if I can through 3 and 4, see if I can clear him off of the corner. Got almost 3 wide, we've got cars kind of bouncing back there, it looks like. This has allowed the front 5 to pull away, although I think they would still be pulling away from me because I just don't have the pace. Looks like the 10, I believe it is, gets in the wall. I get into the wall. That's gonna allow the 7 to pull ahead of me going into 3. Spent too much time looking in the rearview mirror there. 7 pulls a massive slide job through 3 and 4, able to clear me. Try to get the run to the outside of him. Got the 11 starting to look. 10's falling back as he's just going all over the place. Truck is really starting to slicken off through the corners. You can see not much grip left. It's either really high or really low. Just keep trying to work the outside, see if I can get by the 7. Although it is definitely getting harder to find grip through the corners. You can see the 7's just entering low and sliding all the way through it. Starting to work for him though as he's getting runs. 11's trying to look to the inside of me. He's going to shuffle me back to 8th if he's able to get there. I think he got into the back of me. Not sure if he entered low and slid up or what happened, but able to keep it going. I know I'm slow and these guys won't by, but it's just frustrating sometimes. I feel like they don't run the cleanest, because I know with me staying way up high, that was not me sliding down into him or anything. He's going to run side by side, so this is going to be a tough battle for 7th and 8th, unfortunately, as pathetic as that sounds. You can see the 7's just sliding everywhere. If I could get close to him, I could definitely try to take advantage of it, but unfortunately, if I'm on the outside, he's probably just going to slide into me. So I would say the 7 or the 11's actually in the better spot. Going to kind of take it through the slick a little bit more, see if I can find anything off of the corner.
Car inside. Still there.
Trying to inch closer as we start lap 20, so we got 6 to go.
Time was 27.
I'm not trying to do the same slide that 7's doing, but trying to find a little bit more.
Car inside.
See if I can catch up to him and pull away from the 11. Looks like I am inching away from the 11 slightly. Track's getting pretty dry, it's slick.
Inside.
11 and I are both starting to catch the 7. He falls in behind me. So it seems like entering a little bit lower, kind of into slick, and then just putting the throttle down is a little bit of a better way to go, at least compared to what the 7's doing. Worried about getting hit by the 11 at some point, but I can only do so much, so I'm just gonna have to hope, try to do the best that I can.
Car low. Still there.
All right, Jake. Push now.
Best I think I can hope for is trying to get by the 7 for 6. Don't think I have a shot at a top 5.
Keep them coming.
Kind of get it a bit too high, having to saw back and forth to keep it off the wall. That kills the run off of the corner. I think I came down a little bit there on the 11, so gotta try to keep it a little bit cleaner.
Clear inside.
See, everybody's kind of all over from the middle high side to all the way up to the extreme high. It's just how the track's drying off now, where the rubber's being laid down. Leaders are absolutely gone. It's definitely losing grip up here, so just trying to hold on to it. I need to wait just a little bit longer to get into the throttle, keep it from sliding up quite so far. Hopefully this should give me a little bit of a better run off of the corner as well. You can see the 14's falling back, so I guess in 2 laps if something crazy happens between the 7 and the 14, it's possible I could try to put myself in a 5th place finish, but I doubt that's going to happen. I think the best I can hope for is to try to get by the 7, although with the battle I'm having with the 11, that's probably going to be pretty tough. Got almost 3 wide up ahead between the 4 and the 13.
Car outside.
Did the wrong thing to look down low.
Clear high.
Tried to put my nose or my tail in front of the 11 just to get back to the outside through the corner. I'll try to make the move on the outside of the 7 if I can. Don't think I'm going to be able to make it stick. I was going to have to be needing to be in front of him going into the corner. 14's probably going to hold that up as well, but I'm going to try to do the best I can to see if I can get run off of the corner. Get by the 7, but looks like he's going to be able to hang on to it, so we're going to bring it home in 7th. So
P7.
at least able to
We'll get him next time.
finish 1 spot ahead of where I was expecting to. It was probably about where I was pace-wise once we got the last run in there. And definitely got to go to school and learn how to drive this stuff a little better. Obviously, as well as fix the pedal moving issue that was not fun to deal with. So let's take a look at what happened behind. Start from the beginning and just look at all the incidents. Got the 9, gonna have contact with, I believe, the 10. He gets in the wall, rides that around. Actually, that was the 6, excuse me. And you got, there's the first caution, you got everybody going every which way there. This is off the restart. Gonna have the 6, clips the 7, I believe. 2, excuse me. Blink, 2 gets the inside of the 3, clips him, spins across the backstretch. 6 is gonna get pounded by the 15, and then get slammed into by the 14 as well. 10's gonna get clipped by the 2. It hits the inside wall through 3 and 4. Got the 13's gonna push possibly some contact with the 15, and they drive up into the wall. This time he's just gonna get it sideways, spins it out through the entry of 1, and that's gonna show that. So let's take a look for me what happened. I want to see if I can find that. Let's get the believe up this spot. Yes, okay, so here it is. So 15's working to my inside. Let me actually switch cameras here. Bring this down. 15 worked to the inside. Alright, so let's rewind this a little bit. Whew. I mean, I was trying to cut down for sure. You know, I even mentioned that. But really at that point, hadn't really. I kind of started cutting down a little bit, and the 6 just gets into my left rear. That kind of gets me loose, so that gets the 6 trying to look to my inside still. 14's got the issues. And then the 6 just... Honestly, I think that's going to be more on the 6 than that is on me. It's kind of holding the line. You can see him coming up through the slicks, and the right rear just tags me in the door. Thankfully, not too much harm there, but that also allowed the 14 to get by on the inside. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was definitely, I kind of did cut down a little bit on the 6 on the front stretch, but, you know, not anything too bad there. And then the 6 just flat out slid up into me out of the corner and got into me. Although we saw multiple incidents involving the 6, so wouldn't say that that was uncommon to see. Go take a look at the results, see how that was. Hopefully, should hopefully see a tiny bit of iRating gain. Not much, not gonna be worth much, but it's something better than nothing, I suppose. You can see that was the second split out of 4, 1608 strength of field. So my my dirt rating is really low. I just haven't run it very much, and as you can see, I'm not very quick at it at all. So it was about 3/10 off fastest lap. That was turned in by the 10. Obviously got a lot of work to do because I had nothing for anybody in front of me, and really probably was let's see, was pretty much the slowest car on the track. So yeah, that's super frustrating to be that slow. Just got to try to figure it out. I was just able to get somewhere by avoidance. So let's see, looks like the 6 had 4 instances, not as many as I thought. 2 was definitely a bit rough with 8. But able to gain 15 I rating, so just over 1700. Able to gain 0.15 in safety rating, so 2.53. Not crazy worried about license or trying to keep it clean, build that up when I can, but really more worried about trying to figure out how to drive these things and pick up the pace, which I've got a lot left to be desired. So feel free to leave any tips, any stuff you guys do that you find helps it, and hopefully I can try to get better at this, and next time I run it, have a little bit more competitive. And like I said, if I decide to run it full-time next season, be able to get a little bit of a better run for you guys. So it's just sometimes rough with the way the contact goes and how people drive. I know that's true across most of the dirt series anymore, it seems like, but you know, this one can just be a bit rough. So certainly enjoy running dirt. Just going to try to evaluate what I think is most productive for me and most enjoyable as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, feel free to leave any feedback. Just love hearing from you guys in general. So, and stay tuned for more races. And until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.